30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and nutrients for immune health.
Tomorrow on ET, Ted Lasso Season 3 scoop with Brett Goldstein.
It's entirely up to Jason. There may be more.
Plus, the other Jason Segel and Harrison Ford, talk about their new comedy, Shrinking.
Now, before we go, thanks to scientific research, we now know the identity of the most handsome man in the world. I know.
Hey.
It ain't you, Kevin. You ain't picking up a trophy today, buddy. It's actually former Bridgerton Duke, reggae John Page. Oh, yeah.
I'll take that all day long. There's very little I can add to that.
According to the Gold...
Happening now.
Live Oak police are looking for a possible body at this Northeast Side home. We'll tell you what led investigators to this house.
Gas prices have jumped nearly 60 cents in just the past month. Coming up, are we looking at $4 gas again? And what's the cheapest day to fill up?
And you may have noticed some unique cloud formations today. I'll be back to explain those and what caused them, along with the return of more promising rain chances. The News at 5 starts right now.
And we begin with breaking news first at 5. More than 6 months after 2 men were found dead on the Northeast Side, San Antonio police finally have a suspect in custody.
Jonathan Lee Alfaro is charged with capital murder. This happened back on July 8th, 2022. According to the arrest records, the victims, identified as 59-year-old Victor Rodriguez and 58-year-old Alifonso Mata, were shot and left for dead in a grassy area off of Pyramidal and Wurzbach Parkway. Investigators believe the two were experiencing homelessness and were living right there at the scene.
According to arrest records, investigators have connected Alfaro to the crimes in more than one way. He's accused of calling 911 himself to report the 2 men had been shot in the head. That's a detail police say they had not released at the time. He's also accused of sending several text messages to a relative he was threatening to kill, showing the victims' bodies and the gas station they were killed near.
The affidavit also says Alfaro was seen on surveillance going to and from that crime scene, and a gun was found in his backpack during a separate incident matching the shell casings found at the scene.
Now to another top story today. Live Oak police looking for a possible body at a Northeast Side home. An arrest affidavit says investigators were tipped off by someone in custody on a separate murder.
And it is a gruesome crime story, one that our Camila Juarez explains is making neighbors there at the scene wonder if they should move.
32-year-old Justin Hunt was arrested for his alleged involvement with a gruesome murder at his home in the 7200 block of Montgomery Road. Arrest documents state Matthew Pacheco McKinney was tortured and injected with bleach after being shot at Hunt's home in mid-November. People who live in the area say they saw suspicious behavior at the house.
There was just people always coming in and out. There was cars pulling up, stopping by the end of the driveways, going into the garage.
According to an arrest affidavit, David Castleberry helped move the victim's remains to O'Connor Road. Castleberry is already in custody for his involvement in an unrelated Atascosa murder case. Police documents state the co-defendant in the Atascosa murder told investigators Hunt and Castleberry may have killed and buried another woman at the Montgomery home in exchange for $20,000.
It makes you concerned, that's for sure. It happened. Something happened right across the street from you, like that.
Live Oak police, along with the Bexar County Sheriff deputies, Texas Rangers, and Atascosa Sheriff deputies, have been searching for clues at the Montgomery home using cadaver dogs. Now neighbors say they want to move away from the area.
Do I have a for sale sign I can put out real quick? That's horrifying.
Hunt is being held without bond at the Bexar County Jail, and a second suspect, Noelle DeSalle, turned herself into police earlier today. Live Oak police tell me that they're going to be out here looking at this house, searching for clues for several days, but so far they have not yet found anything. Reporting live on the Northeast Side, Camila Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Camelia. First, the couple's home and backyard. Now their cars. Today, the jury in the trial of Andre McDonald heard about evidence found in 2 vehicles after his wife, Andreen, was reported missing. Andre McDonald is on trial for the murder of his wife in 2019. An FBI special agent today testified about what was found inside a Porsche and a Chevy Malibu owned by the couple.
There was a box of heavy-duty contractor garbage bags, a full-size axe, a small hatchet, and a pair of work gloves.
Investigators also found 2 lighters and another hatchet. Today was a short day in court. Testimony wrapped up before lunch. That trial will resume tomorrow morning about 9. You can watch live on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and the KSAT YouTube page.
Crime Stoppers looking for help to solve this man's murder. It is Jade Diamante Ray Hills. He died on September of 2021.
The San Antonio police found his body at an apartment complex on Starcrest, not far from Loop 410 on the northeast side. They say he'd been shot in the head. Hills died at a hospital. No one has ever been arrested in this case. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP.
We have now identified the name of a woman who was killed at a crash back on January 18th. Her name is Erica Williams McNeil. She was crossing the street on FM 78 near Pat Booker Road around 3 in the morning when she was struck by multiple cars. Police said that the first 2 drivers who hit Williams did stop to help, but she died at the scene. No charges are being filed on the drivers who stopped and the other vehicles that were involved. Universal City Police said that it is possible the other drivers didn't even know that Williams had been run over.
2 men are in the hospital after being shot during an argument outside a bar. This was late breaking news on the Night Beat last night. Police were called around 9:20 last night to the 900 block of Frio City Road. Authorities say 2 men, one in his 50s, the other in his 30s, shot by a man and a woman who ran from the scene. The 2 victims were then taken to BAMC for their injuries. Police are still unclear what the argument was all about. The man and woman involved still haven't been found.
A brutal police beating ending with murder charges against 5 former Memphis police officers. An indictment from the Shelby County Criminal Court detailing a series of these charges for the death of Tyre Nichols. Chris Nguyen with CNN on how this grand jury indictment states the policemen did not fulfill their promise to protect and serve the people of Memphis.
5 former Memphis police officers are facing charges in the death of Tyre Nichols. The former officers have each been charged with second-degree murder, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, and other charges.
While each of the 5 individuals played a different role in the incident in question, the actions of all of them resulted in the death of Tyre Nichols, and they are all responsible.
Nichols, a 29-year-old black man, was pulled over by Memphis police in a traffic stop on January 7th. He was arrested following a confrontation with officers, hospitalized, and died from his injuries 3 days later. Attorneys for Nichols' family say an independent autopsy shows a severe beating caused his death.
His bleeding was so deep, the hemorrhaging was deep, that it's only consistent with that type of physical contact that those officers made.
Video of the encounter is likely to be released on Friday.
These are more serious than in your typical officer-involved fatality case. But I think after everyone sees the video, I don't think there'll be any questions about those charges.
The city on edge, the public demanding action and accountability. The police chief calling for calm amid the firestorm.
I expect you to feel outrage, but we need to ensure our community is safe in this process.
In Memphis, I'm Chris Nguyen.
Check out your traffic authority right now. This is I-35 at Brooklyn. You can see both the upper and lower decks very busy in one direction. I think that's probably the southbound lanes of 35 that you're looking at right there, both the upper and lower decks. Slow going, and it also looks like 35 as it turns into 281 there. That exit ramp also slowing down. And now to a story that's trending on our website. If you happen to look up the sky earlier today, you may have seen these funny looking clouds, which look more like holes in clouds than anything else. We've been getting a lot of questions about what's going on. So for more about this phenomenon, here's Adam Caskey.
And actually, we do see these several times a year, but it does often come as a surprise because we don't see them that often. And these are called hole punch clouds with a fall streak. There's the hole punched in the cloud, and then this ice crystal fall streak that you get as a result. Now, here's the situation. These altocumulus clouds at about 20,000 feet. They are composed of supercooled liquid water. That's water well below freezing, below 32, that's still liquid, because in order to turn to ice, it needs something to freeze onto, which is what we call a nuclei. Well, that's where the airplane comes in. Punches a hole through the clouds. The exhaust from the airplane provides the nuclei, basically little pollutants, little microscopic pollutants, that then create the ice crystals. So a combination of factors coming together here. And again, we do see these a few times a year. It's just not every day, so it can often come as a bit of a surprise. I love our viewers on our KSAT Weather Authority app, KSAT Connect, pins posting their photos. Many of us seeing these hole punch with fall streak clouds today. So that's the explanation there. Temperature-wise, below average, 60 in Floresville, Santa Maria 62. Those are some of the warmer locations. Mico at 55 along with Seguin. As we go through the evening hours, temperatures falling off pretty quickly. 44 at 10 o'clock, midnight we're at 40 degrees, a clear sky, a calm wind, another chilly morning tomorrow. We'll talk about how cold and where, along with even more promising rain chances ahead. We'll time that out for you in a bit.
Adam, when you're explaining those clouds, I feel like I just took an environmental science class. Well, it's back. $3 a gallon gas prices. In fact, $3.11 the average here. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz looks at why we're seeing such a steep climb and why it isn't over yet.
It's enough to give drivers whiplash.
Crazy.
Gas prices are jumping, up 15 cents in the past week, up 59 cents since Christmas.
I've never seen gas go up that high, not even 24-hour basis, just like that fast. It's crazy.
Why the sudden surge? Analysts point to the Arctic blast crippling some refineries and China reopening. But buckle up, there's more.
Late February and early March is really when we're going to start seeing prices likely accelerate.
Gas Buddy analyst Patrick DeHaan says $4 a gallon gas is a real possibility as refineries undergo maintenance and switch to summer fuels.
I'm hoping it won't be as bad as last year, but we still are likely to see a spring surge that after getting a taste of those sub $3 prices, it's going to be a pretty sour taste.
Not what Victor Carrion wants to hear.
I'm looking for a second job because just with food and gas and everything going up, it's getting real hard to do things.
To stretch your gas dollar, there are some things you can do. Start with your tires. Keep them properly inflated. The cold weather can cause the air to condense. Use apps like Gas Buddy or Gas Guru to find the lowest price near you. And fill up on Monday. Gas Buddy says in San Antonio now, that's the cheapest day to fill your tank. Every dollar really counts.
Every dollar certainly counts. It really does.
Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
His name's iconic, his life now a legacy. And the famous words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. live on. I have a dream.
Up next, we're going to share the story of an Iranian woman who has broken cultural barriers to accomplish her own dream of singing, how she's using what was once considered a violation of the law to share her message. It's next at 5.
Myra Arthur here in the KSAT newsroom. Tonight on the news at 6 o'clock. Friday Night Lights helping heal a community. RJ Marquez in Uvalde this week to talk to the Coyotes head coach about his nomination for the NFL's High School Coach of the Year award. He's also reflecting on an emotional season that was all about uniting this town after tragedy. Plus, a downtown bar owner feeling besieged as eminent domain has been authorized to take his property for the new Alamo plan. Hear what the next steps could be and why this owner is not convinced that he will get a fair shake in all of this. These stories and a lot more coming your way today on the news at 6.
A woman with a message of unity, diversity, and equality. She's going to sing her heart out in San Antonio. This after leaving her home country of Iran, where her dream of becoming a singer is illegal.
Yeah, that woman chose to sing the national anthem at this year's Dream Week Gala. Our Jonathan Cotto spoke with the artist who says sharing her voice is something she's been fighting for her entire life.
I was born in Iran, which is a beautiful country full of history, color, culture, but there's no freedom.
At 22 years old, Gola made the decision to leave her country in pursuit of freedom through music.
I always loved music, always loved singing.
It was at a very young age Gola discovered her passion for singing. She studied in England, mastering in music psychology.
That was a route that I took to arrive in America.
We're so gallantly streaming.
Gola will be singing the national anthem Friday for this year's Dream Week Gala. Accompanied by an all-woman mariachi.
I feel really honored that I've been given this chance to sing it, because it's a very, very big thing for me.
She says as an immigrant, there is power in singing the lyrics of the Star-Spangled Banner.
It's all about bravery and freedom and victory, and I just love it so much.
Gola says singing the national anthem is empowering, and living in a country that allows her to is a privilege, a freedom not taken for granted.
It's a very important event for our community to understand how different we are, how diverse we are, yet how we are very similar.
At the home of the brave.
Jonathan Corpo, KSAT 12 News.
Gonna be pretty.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not so pretty. We're actually flying over a gas station. We've been watching the prices rise here at Petrenko Road.
Yeah, actually it was $2.49 a gallon, so Sky 12 scoping out some gas prices. They've just raised it. I don't know how much, can't make it out from right here. But again, cheap gas, Petrenko Road, if you're in the area or know somebody in the area, take advantage of it.
Yeah. And take advantage of this weather. Gorgeous out there, Adam.
It is, and actually we're running below average. Temperatures cooler than normal for this time of year, and that's really going to be the trend for basically all but 1 or 2 days over the next 7. Another chilly morning tomorrow, widespread 30s. Prepare for that. Have the jacket ready. Unseasonably cold afternoons are on the way. I've even trimmed back the high temperature forecast a little bit from what we had earlier this morning and last night. And some promising rain chances. Wait till you see what I have to show you with our weather pattern shift ahead. But I want to start with that temperature trend. Brace yourself for this, okay? High temperatures mostly in the 50s from tomorrow all the way through next week. There's an exception. Saturday we're up to 62. Sunday we're up to 70 degrees. But look at next week. I really trimmed back those high temperatures. Lower 50s for a good portion of next week. Get ready for the cooler air. However, those lower temperatures, partially a result of better rain chances. So that's the nice thing with that change. All right, let's talk about our next chance of rain. It's this little swirl. It's not even a well-defined swirl, but a little bit of moisture associated with it out in the Pacific. And this little counterclockwise swirl, that's going to be the energy up above us for Saturday. But we'll also have a few other factors that come together to give us our areas of dampness and very light rain on Saturday. Notice 2 a.m. Saturday, low clouds fill in. We'll start to see drizzle. This really bright color green is that extremely, extremely light rain, which is mainly just very light sprinkles. As we go through the day on Saturday, a lot of drizzle, some passing sprinkles, especially along and east of I-35. And then the shower activity should hold off until later on Saturday, especially Saturday night into the very early morning hours on Sunday. And that's when we could actually have a few rumbles of thunder here and there combined with those light showers. Farther east of San Antonio, that's where you have a higher potential for accumulations. It's one of those situations. I think we'll all have the low clouds and dampness with some drizzle, but the real meaningful rain, that's going to be farther off to the east. We'll get into the computer model data and what it shows for specific rainfall accumulations coming up at 6. Then we clear out Sunday afternoon. At the same time, a system's coming together in California. This upper system shows promise right now. It's going to dig far enough south into northern Mexico. That's the sweet spot for us when it comes to rain, because then we get the energy from that upper system. So right now it's a very promising setup for the early to middle part of next week in terms of those rain chances. So we're talking 40% Saturday light, and then Tuesday, Wednesday 40%. Will probably be increasing that too continue as the days go by and we get more info. Looking ahead, cool. We talked about that. Get ready for those cooler days ahead.
Thank you so much, Adam.
All right, Spurs, kind of same old story last night.
I was watching the game last night. They were in it right till the third quarter, and then they started to kind of just, that run started with 11-0, and it just got it out of hand. And when we come back, fourth quarter failure last night in Los Angeles against the Lakers, and a number of Cowboy coaches fired today, and now we're finding out pretty much why. Coming up. Our San Antonio Spurs had a chance to knock out the Lakers in L.A. last night, but not. In fact, they got run out of the Crypto.com arena in the fourth quarter to drop their third straight game, 8 out of the last 9. The Spurs are on fire the first half, leading most of the way. Rookie Jeremy Sohan has been hot from three-point range of late, knocks down the opening 3. Keldon Johnson drives in for 2 of his 25. The Spurs take a 5-point lead when Malachi Branham hits his own tray, and that's when things get heated. Russell Westbrook grabs Zach Collins around the shoulders, throws him to the ground. Westbrook is hit with a flagrant foul, giving Collins 2 shots of the ball back, but just before the end of the third quarter, Anthony Davis in his first game back from a broken foot goes for the buzzer beater. It's no good, but Davis is down grabbing his ankle. The reason Collins did not give him a safe zone to land, and Collins is hit with a flagrant foul, and Davis makes all 3 of his free throws. Davis has led the Lakers at 21 in his first game back. Still a 1-point game going into the fourth quarter when the wheels fall off. The Lakers go on an 11-0 run. LeBron James hits the massive three-pointer, part of his 20 points on the night, now needing just 157 more to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the NBA's all-time leading scorer in the 113-104 victory, giving the Lakers a season sweep over the Spurs.
Played a great game for 3 quarters and a half-ish. You know what I mean? I feel like we're right where we wanted to be at, and we just let it slip, you know. Hat goes off to them. They was on the back-to-back, and they made some big plays. And, you know, we just continue to get better, you know, and that's our motto. We continue to get better and better each and every game, and continue to be more solid.
All right, they'll try it again tonight. Same arena against the Clippers. Warriors star Steph Curry was ejected from last night's game for throwing his mouthpiece into the stands. Happened with just about 1:14 left in the game against Memphis after Jordan Poole had taken an ill-advised 3-point attempt. On the way back down the court is when Curry threw his mouthpiece in frustration, got tossed. It's only his 3rd ever ejection. The Warriors went on to win that game 122-120.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Wholesale coaching changes announced by the Dallas Cowboys following their 19-12 loss to the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC divisional playoffs. Gone are assistant head coach Rob Davis, senior defensive assistant George Edwards, former Cowboys player Leon Lett let go as the assistant defensive line coach, offensive line coach Joe Philbin, Kyle Valero, the team's quality control analyst, and running backs coach Skip Peete, which does not bode well for the return of Ezekiel Elliott next season. Head coach Mike McCarthy said, "We thank these men for their hard work, dedication, and contribution to the Cowboys." Now we're finding out maybe why. Because Dan Quinn's out. He is coming back as the Cowboys defensive coordinator, I'm sure for more money, and some of these coaching positions may be consolidated.
They need to save somewhere.
You got to.
Yeah. Thanks, Greg.
We'll be right back.
Tomorrow morning, chilly start to the day. Have the jackets ready to go. A little below freezing in the hill country. Bandera down to 29, Comfort 30. Around San Antonio will be about 34 to 36 degrees. So a cold start by the afternoon, a lot like today. 58 the high temperature, but with increasing clouds, and that'll lead to a lot of drizzle and even sprinkles and dampness for most of Saturday, and then even some light showers here and there, especially along and east of I-35 into Sunday morning. Promising rain chances next week.
Thanks, Adam, and thank you for watching the News at 5.
World News up next. See you at 6.